In this video, I'm going to show you how to create your very first page using WordPress and the Elementor software. You better do this really super quick, and you're going to be able to create something that looks very good, okay? And then in the subsequent videos, I'm going to show you how you can take the first page of the funnel, replicate it for all the other steps, and do that very quickly, okay? So just to show you what I'm going to be attempting to replicate for you. As you can see, this is a really nice landing page. It's nice, it's clean, it's modern, it's got everything that we're looking for, and it has been designed specifically for the system that we're adopting here. But as you can see, this is a really nice landing page. This is not something that looks old school or, you know, looks boxy and old-fashioned. This is nice, clean and modern, okay? And you're going to be able to create this with what I show you. So we jump back into WordPress, we go to pages, not posts, pages. Now pages are actual pages within your website. Posts are posts within the blog section, okay? That's the difference. We want to be creating a page. So click on the page section, then at the top, click on the blue button that says Add New. This is going to load up the WordPress page edit page, where, you know, if you were just creating a normal page for WordPress, you would work here. Now, if you've created a WordPress page recently, you'll know exactly what's going on here. Will be very familiar to you. If you've used WordPress, you know, a year or so ago and you haven't used it since, it's going to look very different because WordPress essentially has changed their editor. Okay, so it looks a bit more modern than what it once did. But for our purposes, this doesn't make any difference. One thing we'll note is you can see at the bottom here, we've got a header, footer codes here that we spoke about in the previous video. So if you haven't watched the previous video and you don't know how to get this here, jump back and check out the previous video. We will be talking about this in one of the subsequent videos, okay? So all you need to do to get going is come up with a name. This is going to be the name of your page, and it's going to be in the URL of the page. So, you know, come up with a name that is suitable for the purposes of what I'm showing you today. I'm just going to put in landing, and then we go across to the right hand side, the blue button that says publish. We click there, comes up again, and it asks you if you're ready. We're going to click publish. I always like to publish the page so we've got the page out there, and then we can jump into it and edit it. So we know now it says it's live. What we've got to do now is we've got to go to the top, this blue button which says edit with Elementor. Now this is only going to be there if you've installed Elementor. So again, if you haven't done this, jump back to the previous video, show exactly what you need to get your website set up. So we're going to click on that button, and then it's going to start coming up with loading, and then it's basically going to take us away from this, and it's going to bring up the Elementor dashboard, which is slightly different to WordPress. As you can see here on the left hand side, we've got like a pinkish header there and loads of different sections and bits and pieces. And then this right hand side, this is what our website looks at the moment. And as you can see, it has adopted all the bits and pieces from the theme of WordPress. Now, what you need to do is you need to scroll to the left hand side, and at the bottom you can see in the Elementor section there is a little cog right at the bottom there, and if you hover over it, it says settings. And if I click on that, it changes the Elementor tab here to the page settings section. What we need to do is at the bottom page layout, we need to click on that where it says default, and we need to choose Elementor canvas. And what you're going to see what it does, it's going to reload our page, and it's taken all of that WordPress stuff, sidebars and whatever. We've now just got a blank page to work with, which is brilliant. It's an absolutely fantastic part. Now, what I will say now is regularly save your progress. So if you make mistakes, you know, you lose the page, you lose the internet, whatever, it is saved. So I'm going to click update at this point. I know that my page is there, okay, and I'm happy with what we have done. Now, what we need to do is we need to start building this page out, okay? Really simple. We go to the actual section here, and you can see that there's two icons. We're going to click on plus, and this is where we can choose the columns that we want on our page. And I'm going to choose this 3-piece one because I'm going to be creating a site that is, as we saw it in the previous example, it's essentially a box in the middle. Okay, so a nice clean box. So you can see at the top it's putting these 3 boxes there, and if I wanted to add some more, I would do exactly the same, but I don't. So what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to click on where we've got our 3 boxes here. Above it you can see there's these 3 options here that are in like a blue menu bar. I'm going to click on the one that has the 6 dots which says edit selection. Okay, I'm going to click got it, so I'm going to click there, and you can see on the left hand side it now says edit selection. Okay, so there's a few things that I want to change here. Okay, under height I want to change it from default to fit to screen. Okay, and now you can see it's thrown up our 3 boxes in the middle of the screen, so they're going to be centered. We also want to change the columns position to middle. Okay, so here we're going to have height, fit to screen, column position middle, content position middle. Let's hit the save button. Let's hit the save button. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go where it says edit selection. To the right of it, you see we've got these 8 dots. We're going to click on that, and what it does is it brings up all of these different elements that we can put on our page. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to get a header, and what you do is you click on it and you drag it. Now what we want to do is we want to drag it into that central section. Okay, so now you can see that it's got some text there. Add your heading text there. I'm not going to do that yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the 6 dots and I'm going to drag it again. So now we've got 2. Okay, so we've got 2. So have a look what we want. 2, a button and a 3rd piece of text. So let's do it again. We'll add the 3rd piece of text, and then we need to get a button. So we just get the button and we drop the button in there. Okay, so as you can see we've got our 3 pieces of text and a button, but it doesn't look anything like that yet. Okay, but we're getting there. So what we're going to do is, first thing we're going to do is we're going to make the box black, and we're going to edit part of the main box. So what we do is, like we did at the top, we could click on these 3 things. When we hover over this main box, we get this almost like a little book, open book on the left hand side. We click on that, and again it comes up edit column, edit column. Okay, so what we're going to do is we don't need to change anything there. We're going to go to style, background type. We're going to click on the paintbrush, sorry, where it says classic, and it pops up with color beneath. We click on this little box here that has the checker look, and now we can literally, I'm going to choose black, but if you take the slider up, you can choose all of these different colors that you might want. Okay, but as I say, I'm just going to choose black, going to click out, we've got that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on advanced, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some padding, because I want there to be like a nice margin around everything. Okay, so I'm just going to click here, and I'm going to move it up to 50, and you can see as long as this has got the grey over it here, it does it for everything. Okay, so it gives you a nice nice clean amount of space around the box. Okay, which is super cool. So let's go back and start changing our text. So let's see what we had. 5 tips to create success in 2019. So go into our box, we delete what we've got there. And we're going to put 5 tips to create. Brilliant. Okay. So once we're typing in a box, it changes again the panel on the left hand side, and we can start to edit this. Okay. Now I'm happy to leave this as it is. I'm going to center it, but then I'm going to go to style. I'm going to go to style. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on text color. And again, I can change it any color I want. I'm going to go with just the white. So now you can see it's changed to white. I'm going to click out. Then I'm going to click on typography and click on the pen there. And now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change the font. So I'm going to go with Lato. So I can type there, click on it, changes the font. Now there's a load of really cool fonts that you can search. I mean, within here, you can see there's hundreds and hundreds that you could mess about with. But nice ones are Lato, Oxygen, Poppins, Open Sans, you know, nice clean ones, okay? The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change the size. And I'm going to change the size here to 58. So I'm just going to pull that across, 58. There we go. So you can see we're now starting to create something that looks essentially like we've got there, okay? The next thing we're going to do is we're going to create the second heading. Right, okay, so again, we just go across to the left-hand side, and what we're going to do is we're going to go to style, we're going to go to white, again, we're going to go to typography, and I'm going to choose Lato again. And I'm going to choose weight, and I'm going to go with 300. So we get a nice thin weight. Go back to the content tab, and I'm going to choose center. So then we get it centered. Okay. Well, let's change the bottom heading there, and let's see what we put there. Click above, opens in Messenger. Right, so we've got that there. So again, we're going to go to center. We're going to go to style. We're going to go to typography. We're going to go to lasso. We're going to go to weight of 90. And I'm going to go with 35. Sorry, not 35. Go 15. And I'm just going to put some brackets there. I'm actually going to not do 900. I'm going to do 200. 200. Let's do 300 like we had before, or 400. Yeah, 400. And then I'm going to change the text color. Now, for this one, I want it to be the Facebook color. The Facebook color. Now, I believe if I put this down correctly, that is the color. So we can search for colors, or we can put in the code if we know what the code is. And I found out what the code is by Googling the Facebook color. And that is, so I can choose that there, because essentially I want people to be click that button, but I want them to know in advance it's going to open in Messenger, so they're not completely scared off. So now let's do the button. What did we say on the button? Get access now. So when we click on the button, you can see here it says text, and we're going to cross that over, and we're going to put get access now. Super simple. Super simple. And we're going to go with center here. We're going to go with size extra large on the old button. Then we're going to go to style. We're going to go with typography. Again, I'm just going to choose Lato as I've used it on all of the pieces, so there's some similarity. Now this is 35. Okay, 35. We're going to get there. We'll go with 36. The weight, we're going to go with 900. There we go. Starting to look really super cool now. So we're going to click out there, and we're going to go with text color. I think we went with black. Yeah. So we click on that, choose black, and then again background color. Now it's saying green. We want it to be the color I had before. Now I could just search for something suitable. I know what the code is though, because I've written it down. Oh, it's not letting me. And the color is FFBB00. There we go. So we've got a nice orangey button, and essentially this the main section is done. Now the button and the content link, here is where you're putting the link to go to the Facebook Messenger. We'll talk about that in the video where we discuss that. Okay, so now what we need to do is we now need to click update so we don't lose any of our progress. But what we need to do is need to put the image in the background, and we could have done this first, but we're going to do this now. So once we click on the settings, we come up to the page where we chose Elementor Canvas. What we do is we go to the Style tab at the top, then we go to Background, and we click on the paintbrush, click on Classic. Now we could just choose a color, or we could choose an image. Okay. Now what's cool is to put some really cool picture. You know, something that is either drawing people to the center, something that's just something that's pretty cool, or something that's desirable. Okay. Now to find your photos, what I would recommend you do is go to a website called pexels.com, PEXELS.com, and here you can find stock, royalty-free images of anything that you can possibly think of. You know, there's so many different things. You can go to the top where there's the search icon. You can search for things, and you can find what you want. As I say, things that are desirable, beaches and all that sort of stuff, and really cool things, or just something that draws people into the middle. You know, just something, a street scene, an amazing city scene. You know, something that's just really cool. Okay, so I've got this here, and once you choose the image that you want, free download. If we click on the little arrow to the side of it, I always go for medium. I don't want something too massive, just because it's going to slow down my page. Don't want it too small, so I go with medium, and then I click on download photo. Okay, and as you can see, it's downloaded it into my downloads folder. Hopefully, so I'm going to cross that off, and I go back. Then what we do is, once we're back on our page, under style, we've clicked on the paintbrush, and it comes up with image. We click on the plus, click on select. Okay, and then I'm going to click on downloads, and then there it is. Click open. It's going to upload it. It's there, and I'm going to click insert, and you can see that it's thrown in the image. It's a bit wrong at the moment, so we need to change some of the settings. And the settings that we need to do are repeat, no repeat, size, cover, and there we go. We can click update. And we can press this button here just to view the page, and we can see, there we go. So we've essentially created what we had before, slightly bigger, but we've been able to replicate what we were looking for very, very easily. This video has taken a few minutes because I've been explaining everything, because I don't want you to make mistakes. But you know, once you know how to do this, you'll be able to create this page in about 2 minutes. 2 minutes, and then the subsequent videos we're going to show you how to create the other videos will be even quicker. Okay, so hope this has shown you how to do this. Good luck on creating your first page, and then in the next video we'll show you how to replicate this page and make the additional ones.